been here in Siaya for more than 20 years. In the process of doing our work, we found out there were areas that were not well funded, but there were major issues within the community. And one of those areas is gender-based violence. The work that we are doing is complex. The locus of work depends on stakeholders. For NGOs and governments and stakeholders, we always talk about sustainability, and it's important that we discuss these things to do with how can this service continue. It takes community supporting us with what the DO1 has mentioned here. It takes community being our eyes. It takes community redefining itself. We need all decks on board. We need the chiefs. We need the police, the judges, the First Lady, ourselves as Cmmb doing all that we can do.
On behalf of the National Police Service, I want to take this opportunity to say how delighted we are as members of the police service. Because with the coming up of this CPU, this is a gender rescue center. This is a first stop before further action is taken. I think this is a milestone for us. This is something that we've always been thinking about, dreaming about, but today it's a reality.
Kenya Red Cross will still be here in this county, supporting the various forms of interventions that we are supporting for treatment care and support for adolescent girls and young women, for all forms of protection, alleviating matters to do with the SGBV, addressing them continuously at the community level, and liaising through partnership with the courts, with the police, and all other players. And I'm certain that this kind of interventions and facilities also motivate them to do more.
Cmmb was introduced to us, and we didn't have any difficulties after reading the profile of Cmmb. We knew that we had the right partner for us to improve our community in matters health, because when we are talking about SGBV, the protection that we are talking about, the prevention that we are talking about, our partners, Cmmb and others, there's much more work to be done. 20 years is not sufficient enough. We need to see the impact of all that we are doing. One is the reduction in the number of cases, not cases which are reported, because we expect reporting to go up, so that now with the reporting going up, we see a reduction in the number of cases of SGBV.
What we can all do together is to raise awareness around this issue. What Cmmb is calling breaking the silence. We need to start talking about these things openly, but also talking to the people who are not converted. My role is to speak to the governor and to speak to his ministers and to speak to my uncles in the village, so that at those public barazas which are happening, these conversations can be had honestly. Kenya has the best laws and best policies. Services to these victims of sexual and gender-based violence, they require prompt, adequate, and sustainable services. So how are we making sure we are providing those prompt, adequate, and sustainable services? It's the whole gamut of actors that I've spoken about earlier who have to make sure that this happens. I think this is where we want to go with this program, that the county itself ends up adopting this as an integrated county program that cuts across all the areas that we have spoken about. I will do everything that I can with the talents and resources that are within my control to contribute to ending this scourge of violence against children, and especially sexual and gender-based violence in our county.